My name is Jerry Lofka.
Okay.
Yeah.
My style is, I don't know.
That's difficult. I don't feel like you can really explain it in one word. I feel like it's too all over the place to be a one-word sort of thing.
Part of my style that relates to like the rest of my personality is my shirt, my musical influences or whatever. Because this is like that's Tyler the Creator and that's Vince Staples, and this also relates to like a place and a time that I want to remember because like influenced me a lot. I guess it's kind of representative of like Tyler the Creator. Like, I don't know, in 2017 I really liked him. For a while there I was like trying to dress like him and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm really cool. And so I don't try that anymore because I look like a dumbass, but like that helped me get to where I am now.
I move around from everywhere to like, athleisure kind of stuff to like, more practical things, kind of like whatever. And then other days I'll just want to dress up and, feel better about myself kind of thing. And skating has really influenced style because without skateboarding you wouldn't have brands like Supreme or Palace, like those are really like very important in fashion right now. But like streetwear is really just based off of skating, and I feel like skateboarding doesn't really get a lot of credit for what they've done. Yeah, Supreme was like it's like a New York skateboarding brand, and they like still have like some core skateboarding elements, but a lot of it now, when you think of Supreme, you think of Hypebeast.
My name is Austin Clark. Yeah, Hypebeast. I consider myself one. I like to go for the drops and stuff like that, and I collect some, mostly accessories, a few pieces of clothing here and there, but yeah. Summer I needed a new pair of sneakers, and I wasn't into anything really before that. I knew about Yeezys and stuff, but not really anything else, and I needed a pair of shoes, and so I was doing research. I just wanted like a comfortable pair of shoes, and so I ended up buying a pair of Ultra Boost, and that was like my first ever nice pair of sneakers. Didn't really realize it, but after like people were like, hey, nice shoes, and I was like, oh. And so I was like, hey, maybe like I have a little bit of money, maybe I should buy like a pair of Yeezys or something. And so I bought a pair of Beluga 2.0s, and then it just went on from there.
Hi, my name is Dorina Trigo. Social media has helped me a lot because there's like accounts that like post like grunge styles, 90s trends, and like streetwear style that like, oh, I can get ideas, or like, oh, I want to look like that, or like that's the kind of clothing I should find, and it helps me like build outfits of maybe what is in my closet. Sustainable fashion is like very key to my style. It's affordable, it's sustainable. Thrifting really helps me a lot because you go on Instagram and you're like, oh, this is a really cool outfit. You go to the thrift store and you can find pieces just like that for like very inexpensive. Like, you can save your bank account and still look cool.
So my YouTube channel, recently I created one. I always really wanted to, but I never thought of it as like a reality. Like, I knew it was gonna be like hard getting started. So eventually one day I just put a camera on a tripod and like filmed my intro and a few sneaker reviews. And I started getting more enthusiastic and like louder in them, and it sounds better. But yeah, my YouTube channel is called Blind Hypebeast. So the reason my channel is called Blind Hypebeast is because obviously in the name, I'm actually blind, retinitis pigmentosa. It's a eye disease affecting the retina, and eventually over time starts getting like tunnel vision, and it just like closes and closes and closes. And so like I can't drive, or I stopped playing soccer, I couldn't play it anymore and stuff like that. So it's really too bad, but I decided to focus, everything on YouTube because it's something that I could actually do. I can go on my MacBook and I can edit fine, and that's all good. And I really wanted to create the channel there is quite a big blind community out there, and me personally, I've never seen a visually impaired person review a pair of sneakers or talk about Supreme. So I thought, I'm probably not the only one out there, but I decided to make a YouTube channel about it. And so even people who are not blind, they can see the aspect of a visually impaired person looking and reviewing a sneaker and like what their opinion is on it.
Yeah, all right. Clothing, it connects people from like all over the world. In Korea right now, they're killing it in like fashion and stuff. They're getting a lot of influence from like, the United States, but they're like also making their own thing. And a lot of people from here are like, looking up to that, and they're like, taking some of that, and like it's all like, I feel like fashion is just like when all like any different cultures, like all these different cultures just come together and like make one thing. So it's like, it's really cool to watch. Definitely you see like a lot more from like further away. the world what they're wearing, you know, like what's in like other countries. It's like, it's kind of the bridge that unites us in social media.
Oh yeah. I think clothing, or like the style of my clothing, has helped me like bring connections with people, because at school, if I'm wearing like a cool outfit, like people come up to me and be like, oh, that's like a really cool outfit, like where'd you get this, where'd you get that, that's like really cool. And then just, it's a conversation piece, and I get to meet new people or like build stronger connections because maybe we have the same style.
So clothing and sneakers and stuff has helped me connect with a few people. They're two blind brothers that have Stargardt disease that one day thought it was a good idea to create a clothing brand, and it's quite popular now. They're based out of New York City, and they have raised over $1 million for blindness research, and so just helping find a cure. And I've actually talked on the phone with the one guy because I wanted to set up a meeting to go over to their actual headquarters and do kind of like a job shadowing thing and have lunch with them, because they're really nice guys, and I just like would love to talk with them.
I do get made fun of, so I used to, and then I just realized that like you have to like deal with it for a few months, and then everybody just gets over it, and they just kind of accept like, okay, he's gonna wear that now. And I'm not like super, I don't try anything really crazy, but I just feel like, yeah, no doubt, whatever you wear that's not like, you know, like the typical thing that most people wear in Traverse City, you're gonna get made fun of for a while. But after a little bit, they just get used to it, because it doesn't actually affect them. Like, it's not something that they should actually be mad about. And I think at some point they realize that. So
It's usually guys that really don't understand what like my style is, or like don't agree with it. There's been a couple times where I wore this exact outfit actually, and they were just like, what the heck are you wearing? Like, what is that? Like, do you think that looks good? And I'm like, I think it does look good, thank you. Like, I don't wear it because of, I'm like not afraid to wear it because of people like them. I like to wear it because I think it looks good. I think it looks cool. It's just like my style. So like, I don't want to be afraid of what other people think about it.
I'm to school some days, and like, you know, kids just aren't used to seeing it. And so like, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And it's like, it makes them uncomfortable, but I feel like that's what fashion should be. It should make other people a little uncomfortable in what they're seeing, because, you know, you don't want to see the same thing every day. But also, I feel like it shouldn't be, you know, it shouldn't be looked down on.
I do get made fun of sometimes for what I wear. And you know, I mean, a lot of it is probably just joking and stuff, you know? Like, I'll wear a pair of sneakers and like someone will walk up to me and be like, you can't pull that off or whatever. And like, it doesn't really faze me. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, I spend the money to get it, and I believe I can like pull it off and I can wear it. And I feel like anybody can pull off whatever they want as long as they just like believe in themselves is the biggest part of it.
I feel like it kind of, like the entire point of streetwear was not to like rebel against that, but like to go against, like, it started from people not being able to afford like the high-end clothes and making their own like companies and making their own clothes out of like what they could afford. And so I get that it's become really popular, but like really popular high-end brands that were used to be the opposite of like turning right back around and like doing streetwear, to me is kind of not hypocritical, but stupid.
I think it's like a cool idea, obviously, because they're gonna be making money off of a popular trend that's going on right now, like streetwear. But I also think it's really fucking dumb, and they need to stick to their brand instead of, I don't know, making a bigger price tag on thrifting. Because some of the things that they're selling, you can get for like $1 at a thrift store, or like, so they're really just like using their brand, their name to like the max.
You know, there's all these like fast fashion trends, like, you know, literally like 2 years ago, zipper jeans and like, I don't know, biker jeans, like that was the thing, that was it. And like all that distressed denim, but now it's like no one cares about that.
Fast fashion is bullshit because it's a huge waste of like material, of resources and money. I mean, I understand that it benefits them because it gets them like, they're constantly like on par with the current trends, but also it wastes a ton of money, like production-wise. And more importantly, it wastes resources, and it's a huge waste of clothes and shit, and they burn it in landfills, so there's like dye and shit going into the air and killing all the birds. Fucking H&M killing the environment. That's my interview.
That so like there's all these like, I don't know, like millions of clothing pieces that are like just thrown away or just left in someone's closet. Like it's all just taking space. And like some of that stuff like from H&M and like all these like Chinese fashion brands, like they just, like since China doesn't really have like a quality of like a working space, like a good quality working space, the workers are treated poorly because they have to like get this out. And like, yeah, people expect a lot too. They like spend like $12 on some pants and expect them to be like extremely like durable, nice pants. And it's just, it's not gonna work, and all the waste is just building up.
I know there's a whole trend in like 2005, like 2010, around that area where it was like everything was really, really flashy and bright because people were just getting into like this trend. They had just gotten out of like the more like vintage styles, and they were just discovering that they can make everything like super like neon, and it coincides like the music at that time. Like everything was just super flashy and like over the top and bright, and I guess that was probably fun for a while, but people really quickly, I think, got over the whole, I think for a while there they were trying to substitute just like being like crazy and like random, like super like neon and everything for actual style, and now people are realizing that we never actually made like any progress in that time, so now we're going back to like before that, when fashion was actually good and involved more than just like trying to be like as crazy as you could possibly be. Fucking Paris Hilton, bro. Fucking, can you give me a pink boa?
I think it has evolved a lot. We were in like 2000 looks, early 2000. It was like low-rise jeans and spaghetti tank tops and like really like bell bottoms and stuff. And some things are coming around like butterfly clips in their hairs, or like, I think it just has evolved in a lot of ways and has, from the seams of it, it's gone in like a complete circle. Like people in like the 80s or whatever wore Chuck Taylors, and like we are still wearing those today.
One of my favorite things to do is wear like a normal pair of jeans and a normal like Nike or Adidas hoodie, and then wear like a really nice pair of shoes. So when you're like walking somewhere, when people look at you, they don't necessarily look at your clothes, but they just instantly focus their attention on your feet.
So, and like thrifting is like recycling in a way, because you get to like recycle old fashioned like past season stuff, and like it's still cool. Like, you know, you find like a shirt like from the 90s or something, and you're like, that's still fire. You can like definitely use it again, and it's becoming relevant too.
My style in one word, indie.
Okay, let's take the hat off.
Yo! It wasn't even on. You made a mistake.
Okay.
My poker face, my Lady Gaga face.